Back in 2012, we were really burdened about church planting out west, but we really hadn't decided necessarily exactly where. As we began to spend time dreaming about and thinking about Salt Lake City and Gospel Grace in particular, that's when the burden just began to increase more and more for this area.
What makes Utah so unique is 60% of our state are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 26% are atheistic or secular. And so what that means is you can get into gospel conversations easier here than most other places.
So we wanted to come out in 2012. We wanted to be part of what was going on out here, but we weren't ready. And we needed experience in ministry was part of it. And then part of it was personally, we just weren't ready.
37 times in 36 verses in the book of Acts, you see a reference to the name. The need behind me is not enough to sustain anybody for any length of time in ministry, but the name, we never get over that.
Something odd is going on in the last 10 years here. We went from 60% LDS, this is now 49% Latter-day Saint, and that's Latter-day Saint on the books.
We went to Georgia instead, and it was really a beautiful, safe, healing place for us. In 2020, we kind of thought maybe now we should come out, but again, we just weren't ready. Personally, we weren't ready. I think God needed to prepare us, but He also needed to prepare here, which we didn't know about the stories that were going on here.
We're Patrick and Tracy Cross. We got to Utah by way of Ireland. We were in Ireland 10 years as missionaries before we came to Utah. And it was kind of neat because we didn't realize it, but Lebanon had a strong presence here in Utah. And so that was just sort of a natural fit, because here our sending church already was going to make this one of its emphasis in mission fields. We had no idea what it was going to look like when we got here.
Yeah, we didn't realize how hard that it was going to be when we got here. But we were used to that because we had felt like outsiders in Ireland because we're American. But you don't expect to feel like that when you come to another state.
I'll say this real quickly. So the city's supposed to double in the next 20 years. So we're supposed to go from 65,000 to about 120,000. And then the city, Eagle Mountain, which is right there, is supposed to be the largest city in Utah in 25 years. So larger than Salt Lake. It's going to pass West Valley City. It's going to pass a lot. It's going to be one of the largest cities in Utah. 65,000 people, over 80 congregations, and there's one gospel preaching church. And they just approved, thousands of more homes to be built in Saratoga Springs. There's so many kids that they have to use Eagle Mountain schools for Saratoga children. And then Eagle Mountain is exploding too. So these two cities are just, exploding.
I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, making request for you with joy, for your fellowship in the gospel from the very first day that you came to Utah until now.
And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Christ.
It is right for me to feel this way about you all, because I hold you in my heart, for you are all partakers with me of grace.
For God is my witness, how greatly I long for you with the affections of Jesus Christ.
Just in the Lord's timing, we came out here, and in 2024, we were praying, Lord, if this is the right time, would you just open up all the doors? And all the doors just opened.
I did a little research just this morning to find out more about temples. There are a total of 382 temples around the world. Listen to this, the average construction cost of a temple is around $100 million. That's the average cost. And you do the math, adding all that up with an average cost, $38 billion. And I mean, part of me does think, how do we compete with this?
The need is like every day we feel the need. Every night, looking out my window, I see a night light of this temple that just is lit up, and the need is just so strong. You feel it.
And I suspect some of you right now are like, could we do this? God, would you want us to like pull up really deep roots and move to Utah or maybe some other community that's really needy at this moment? Well, you know what? You can. Because God's promises are that big, that powerful. He's that powerful.
We're not coming here to start something new. We're actually just jumping into something God's already doing. The Spirit of God is already working here. People are realizing the emptiness of this, the LDS religion. And that it's about this performance. It's this endless audition for life, and they're never gonna to match up. They're constantly trying to outdo their neighbors just slightly, and you gotta have a little bit nicer house, a little bit better kids, a little better looking, and looking a little more polished, and it's always that way. Welcome to Gospel Fellowship Church. You can barely see it, but there's a flat top building just to the east, and it's the middle school. In fact, it's basically in the driveway of this temple. And that's the middle school where we're meeting, and we're very excited to have that.
In every generation of the faithful followers of God, when we have been tempted to look at our own resources as if that's what qualifies us or positions us to do God's work, God never puts the focus there. The promises of God are better than $100 million in the bank.
Lebanon has had an impact here for sure, especially in Ogden, as well as all the other places, up and down I-15.
Yeah,
We're so thankful and so grateful for the way that they love us and the way that they love the people out here and the way they desire to spread the gospel